What's going on, my friends? This is Dave Sharpe. Welcome to Wake Up Legendary. I'm just going to bring this guy in. You may have seen his face. You may know his name. AJ Rantz. What's going on, my brother? Welcome to the show.
What's going on, Dave? Good morning, everybody.
You know, you are, as they say, a return guest, right? Not a first-time caller. So this is your second time on the show. The first time you talked to Matt. And now I have the honor and the privilege to get to know you. This is our first time talking, and we didn't even talk for any time before. So even getting to know, hey, how you doing? Hey, good to see you. That's all happening live in front of everybody right now. So kind of exciting, at least on my end.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
So are you in Oregon? Are you in Seattle, or are you in Oregon?
I'm in Seattle.
Okay, you're in Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Are you a native?
I am a native here. I have lived all over the state,
Okay.
kind of north, south, east, and west. But Seattle's kind of that home base that I always go back to.
And so, is that where you did a lot of your bartending at? Were you kind of in the city and working in bars, or the same bar or whatever, for basically up until either 2019, was it, or 2020?
I started, believe it or not, there's a place called the Gorge in Washington. It's like one of the best music festivals in the country, or music venues. And I started bartending there, of all places. I'm like 21 years old, and they're like, we need anyone who can serve beer. So I started there. But yeah, once I started to get into the actual real bartending, it was pretty much all around Seattle. I've probably worked through 8 or 9 different restaurants. I think just like anything, you got to move up, through the tiers of your business, and you start at beginner level restaurants, which I hate to say are out there, but they're out there.
Yeah.
And you can go up to more higher tier restaurants where you start getting good pay, good customers, less of the headaches.
Yeah. Better tips, all that good jazz, right?
Yeah.
Less of the sloppy drunks and more of just the kind of people who can handle their liquor.
A little bit, and less of the, the kitchen, messing up your orders.
Right.
Bartending's like, making drinks is a small part of it. The rest of it's like, there's a lot that goes on.
So that's your past, man. You did that. You got online in the beginning of 2020. Is that right?
Actually, yeah, a little bit. So it was more like 2019. Okay. I started to get into this, but I wasn't doing affiliate marketing. I wasn't doing, I guess, legitimate business type stuff. I was just trying any way to make money online. So I went down all those get rich quick rabbit holes that were out there. So that was a tough year. I'll be honest. That was a tough starting point.
And what happened after that?
Pretty much at the beginning of 2020, I decided that maybe this just wasn't going to work for me. So I started job hunting and looking for jobs. And I ended up actually getting one job almost lined up. Like, they were like, come on, you've been working your butt off. You've been trying to learn this marketing thing. We have a big, kind of a beginning position for you. It was down the street. They were in the travel luggage industry. It seemed like a really cool company. I'm like, okay, cool. And they're like, but we're not ready for like a month for you to come on board. So I'm like, cool, I'm going to go on vacation and then come back. And I went on vacation at the end of February, early March, and came back to a pandemic. And they were like, yeah, that job's not around anymore. And I'm like, oh shit. So I started looking at bartending jobs, and then the restaurant industry got hit hard. So here I was at rock bottom, like, holy crap, I have no money saved up now. I've spent it this whole year of trying to do something, and had to get real serious real fast. And I'm like, you know what? I've been seeing people start affiliate marketing businesses. It takes time to build those foundations. And that scared me, the time part at this point, because things were kind of at a crucial point. But I just said, forget it, let's do it. And I've been through the 15-day challenge before. So it's just part of my interest, but I just wasn't sure if I was committed on that time yet, and went back through it, got on TikTok and went heavy on that for 3 months. And I guess the rest is history from there.
So you started, are you kind of full-time doing the cocktail cards now? I want to talk about that in a second, but AJ has created his own branded cocktail cards. I guess it's a game. Is that right?
It's kind of like instructional flashcards.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah, go ahead.
Well, on how to make drinks and stuff.
Exactly. Yep.
I got you. So, that's something that you did in mid 2020. Is that right? After you had been going hard on TikTok, doing affiliate marketing exclusively for about 6 months or so, you then ventured into saying, "Hey, how can I take this knowledge?" And you had a bit more confidence and so forth, and you created your own physical product, and that's gone crazy. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. It was affiliate marketing was my full focus for at least 3 to 5 months. That's all I was working on. And then growing on TikTok, I mean, when you guys actually start grinding in social media and putting the hard work out there, people tend to notice and they'll see you. And I did have one guy kind of reach out to me who was he's a pretty big Amazon seller. And he was seeing the hustle, and he was like, "I really think you could do really well if you did something within your knowledge, something you were passionate about, and do that type of marketing." And for me, I guess since the year before that, like I couldn't find a job or anything. I was so scared to rely on one single income again that I'm like, let's do it. Like, let's get as many streams of revenue rocking and rolling here. So, and then that was a long process, though. That was like a year for cocktail cards to come to market with zero money coming in. So that was more of a passion product thing, while affiliate marketing was still the full time.
But now has your cocktail card side of the business your TikTok and YouTube channel cocktail cards are bigger than your personally branded marketing channels. Has that become a bigger source of income for you now, or is it still affiliate marketing is a larger stream of income for you?
Affiliate marketing is still 100% of my income. And the reason why is because the cocktail card, the marketing, I'm telling you guys, TikTok, oh my gosh, the marketing on cocktail cards is so crazy. I keep selling out of my product within hours. And my number one issue I have with cocktail cards is inventory. It's my number one problem. So every single dollar I make, I pour right back in. I do have another, he's a smaller investor in the business as well, who's like, he just wants me to just go all to it, go all in.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money for production. Shipping right now is really expensive. There's a lot of costs. So
yeah,
pretty much every penny I spent, it goes right back into the business.
Wow. So affiliate marketing right now for you has not only kind of saved your ass when you were at rock bottom, as you put it, but it's also funding a both passion project, but what also has the promise to be potentially a pretty huge business in the future, if you can get the inventory, stocked up and actually supply the demand. But maybe there's even a chance that you get them into stores, or you are acquired by some other company if you can ramp that up. So I find that fascinating, that affiliate marketing being such a low overhead business, something that doesn't require you to constantly put money back in once you have the knowledge to do it initially, right? Whether you figure it out because you're so broke you can't afford to pay attention, or whether you invest in training and get the knowledge a little bit quicker. Either way, once you have the knowledge, if you're taking advantage of all of these amazing free marketing strategies that are available right now, you don't really have to reinvest back into the business. It just is kind of sweat equity, and then you build up these passive real estate, kind of like I like to think of like YouTube videos and some TikTok videos. It's kind of like it's like a rental property, right? If it really takes off and it continues to get views, it's almost like passive income. You don't have to keep making that same video. You make new ones and add new streams of traffic that turn into income. I just find that cool that affiliate marketing has funded you getting on your feet, and it's also funding this other business that is really exciting. May not be profitable right now. It is if you took the profits, but it's got so much promise, and it looks like you're really having a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah, I kind of think of affiliate marketing as kind of like my 9 to 5, right? It pays the bills. And then the cocktail card business is kind of like my 401k. It's that long-term investment that could pay off really, really big.
Yeah.
But affiliate marketing, yeah, it's the overhead, the lack of distribution, the fact that you can get an audience of hundreds of thousands of people with a single TikTok or YouTube video. It's incredible how much easier affiliate marketing is to earn a profit versus a physical product. But they're totally.
Can I ask you a question? I'm having this coming up for me right now, and I just got to get it out before I forget it or I lose it. Why are you not packaging this bartending, restaurant, drink making, this knowledge, this expertise? Why are you not packaging this in an information product versus a physical product?
I am. So the whole goal was to get this on Amazon, for Amazon to do all the work, the shipping, the customer service, all that stuff. And then what I'm working on is a monthly, almost like a Patreon type thing, but it's going to be an information course that you can join. And it's going to be $10 a month, 4 times a month. I jump on, we do private bartending courses with people that are on. You get specialized videos. And then I'm also going to hire bartenders from around the world to come in and also train in specialized videos as well. And it's pretty low cost for something like that. I'm going to have I want to set up a feature where the viewers can tip the bartender, right? So I can get people, I don't have to pay them $1,000 to do a video. They can jump in for $100 and make an additional 200 or 300 through tips. It'll help bartenders around the world right now. And then at $10 a month, or maybe higher, we could scale to whatever price we want. But my goal is by the end of the year to get 1,000 people in this course. So that's an additional $10,000 of revenue coming into the business. And all I got to do is just show up a couple times a month. So affiliate.
Because ultimately when we say we're doing affiliate marketing, there's different ways that you can do affiliate marketing, just in case you guys are new. And affiliate marketing is not just selling information products or courses. I mean, affiliate marketing can be, I'm an affiliate for any product on Amazon. Amazon has an affiliate program. You guys could be an affiliate for AJ's cocktail cards. Unfortunately, he doesn't have enough cards for even him to sell. So probably you're not going to make much money as an affiliate for his cards. But if you ever get your stocks up, then maybe you could get some, your inventory up, you could get some affiliates. But Amazon does have an affiliate program. And that would be an example of being an affiliate selling a physical product. We teach basically selling information here at Legendary. And the reason why I asked you about packaging your information is because when we package information into, you could easily, dude, create a course to where for, $10 or $30 or whatever you wanted to charge on the front end, just for that front end product, you would send an email every day with a recipe, basically a card like you have, and you wouldn't even have to have a membership site. You just literally, once they bought, you put them on an email autoresponder and they just automatically get an email every day with the recipe. You could link to a video if you wanted of you making the drink. But in that video could be on a private Wistia or a private YouTube, right? You can hide or make certain videos on YouTube private. And you wouldn't even have to set up a membership site. You just would literally every day for 30 days. And you could just have a brief video at the beginning that just shows them how to create a folder in Gmail so they could save all of them in a folder and print them out if they wanted to, right? So you got you got my juices flowing now, because what the challenge that you're running into, although I think that it's probably the path that you're on, I don't want to get in the way of it. And I love when people blaze their own trail. But the thing that concerns me so much about physical products, and you're experiencing this right now, is the exactly what you're going through. You got to buy inventory, you get investors involved, all of this stuff, where there are people who are telling you, dude, I'll buy your shit right now. I'll buy what you're selling. I want what you're selling. Your channels are taking off. And if you had something that was, say, $1 a day, right? So each day for $1, I'm going to send you a drink recipe. And for that $1 that you spend on that recipe, that's going to probably be worth six figures, multiple six figures. Who knows to you in the future? But it's one. So I'm going to give you 30 of those. And then once they come on, they buy that, you invite them onto a webinar, where then on that webinar, you pitch them your coaching for $100 a month, or or $1,000 a year, or something like that. Your high ticket comes into play if they want that more personalized. Hey, if you want to know more than just how to make drinks, if you want to know how to upsell customers at the bar, if you want to know how to start, if you want to know my presentation tricks or approaches, whatever value you could add, all your knowledge and experience that makes you badass at what you do, and gives how to choose the right bars in restaurants to work at, which can mean the difference between making $50,000 a year or $150,000 a year. Would that be worth you investing $1,000 to work with me personally for a year? How to take your also take your drink making and create a content channel like I've done, and take advantage of platforms like TikTok and so forth, to where you can build a reputation to where people travel from different cities to come and see you personally. How to also build a reputation, fame, and a brand on social media, so people invite you out to private parties, to where you can generate thousands of dollars for just being present. Take in example, Salt Bay started out with just content, and now has scaled his simple little branding content, dripping salt on steaks, to he's working on several. I know he's got at least 2 or 3 locations: Dubai, New York, Miami. He's got a multi-million-dollar empire that started out with a social media channel. This is what's possible. Would that be worth $1,000 a year to you? So, AJ, I'm ranting.
Yeah.
What's coming up for you? Are these new things that are, or I'm an information selling guy, so this is why I'm kind of why this is bubbling up for me. But anyways, what's coming up for you as I'm going through some of this stuff?
Yeah, it's funny. I think there's a lot of similarities in what I've learned over the last year and what you're saying. It's the more digital you can go, the easier it is. The easier it is to sell. There's less limitations. So that's why I want to get into figuring out digital things to sell within this business. I've also made quite a bit of money in this business through affiliate marketing too. Like when people go to Amazon to buy cocktail cards, they're clicking my affiliate link, and I get damn near like probably a quarter of whatever I made through the sales, I'm getting through affiliate commissions as well, when they purchase other things and going into all that. So I love those. Those are more ideas, because I'm always trying to brainstorm. How can I go digital? How can I go digital? But still be around the cocktail card. Like, the box is sexy. The box is offline. The box is, it's always going to be available. And, I want it to be in stores and stuff like that. Yeah. But the real money could be in the digital background. And I think that's where a lot of businesses lack the knowledge. And it also goes to show how awesome, if you learn the basics of marketing and digital marketing, how you can sell anything. Like, like when the guy first originally came to me, he's like, dude, you should do like a cocktail product. I'm like, are you serious? Like, no one's gonna care about learning how to make drink. Like, in my brain, who's been a bartender for 10 years, I'm like, They just want to be made for them. They don't want to go make it. And then
Wow.
was proven wrong.
So there's a magician named Julian something, and he's a young guy. He's got kind of a little like white guy afro, like kind of you know who I'm talking about. He's from the he's from the UK, and he has taken his magic skills that he used to just create videos and basically just generate revenue from like YouTube, you know, like because his videos got a lot of views. And those of you who don't know, as your channels grow, actually Instagram just rolled it out yesterday to where they're going to start paying you for being able to run ads on your IG videos, exactly like YouTube does for their content creators. So these platforms are coming up with all these ideas to try to get you to create content on their platform and pay you for it, because platforms like YouTube have already proven that it works. But he went from just creating content on YouTube and making money that way and doing offline shows to then he packaged his information, how to do magic tricks just for the average dude or chick, right? To be, and it wasn't because you want to learn how to be a magician. It was because you might want some of these tricks to be the life of the party, or to have something cool to do in a social setting to get chicks or whatever, just to be a cool dude and have something, you know. Magic tricks are really cool if you can pull them off. But for you, bro, I think that if which I'm not a drinker, but if I was a drinker and I had a lot of social stuff around drinking and parties and entertaining and stuff at my house, I would buy your recipes and cards and any tips or tricks that you could give, because I would like to be able to make drinks to just be able to entertain in social settings. So I think that there's an opportunity, and that's the reason why I said that because your channels are exploding and your stuff is going kind of bonkers right now. I think the market, if I was to guess, is not just bartenders. It's also regular dudes and chicks maybe, but I'm just speaking for dudes who would want to know how to have 30 drink recipes, as well as a tutorial video to show me how to make that drink, so I could just be cooler at my little parties that I had. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's been really shocking. I looked at the analytics, and we made this thing to be as masculine as possible, right? I'm thinking dudes with old fashions and Manhattans. If girls buy it, great. That'll be an added bonus. It's like 80% women buying it.
Wow.
And
are you?
Yeah.
Really?
They're like, they want it for themselves. They think it looks really, really beautiful, but it's the perfect gift for the husband, the dad, the brother,
right.
My 21-year-old son.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, that was not at all what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah.
And it's been incredible. And I've been lucky. Indiegogo, it's like a Kickstarter platform. I've been able to stay on there you could be on there as long as you want, because they take their fees. They don't care. They're like, don't get off my platform.
Who is that now?
Indiegogo.
I got you.
So it's just like Kickstarter.
Yeah, no, I know. You're doing a crowdfunding thing to try to raise money to buy more inventory.
Yeah. So it worked out really well. We actually just crossed $100,000 in sales this week. So
congrats
on Indiegogo alone. Yeah.
And how long has it taken you to raise that 100,000?
About 6 months.
And have you done that all from your audience? Is that, or has Indiegogo kind of promoted that?
Indiegogo has provided 4% of the sales. So I've done 96.
So most of the sales are also coming from the channels that you've built. For example, your Cocktail Cards TikTok channel, to where you're sending people over there, telling them what's going on. I got these cards. I need help. But also, if you invest, you're going to get the product, because that's how crowdfunding works, right?
So I would say probably 80 to 85% of the sales have come from my TikTok. And probably half of them have come from like 5 different TikToks. I had one TikTok I posted when we went live on Amazon, and we sold out on Amazon in 2 hours. Like, it was bonkers how fast we sold out. And I'm like, I don't want to lose out on this momentum right now. So I reopened the Indiegogo, and redirected everyone there. And we ended up doing an additional about $45,000 in sales from that one single TikTok that were on Amazon. They go to the profile and I have a big giant thing like, we sold out in 2 hours, but pre-order and you'll get them when they're available. And people flooded. It was almost like the scarcity helped with the sales.
Well, I think it does. I mean, it's definitely a proven strategy when you create something that is scarce, when you have urgency there, when, you know, there's limited supplies, like all of those kind of little things definitely. But most of all, they've built a relationship with you, right? And so I'd like you to talk just briefly about how you have built such deep relationships, bonds with your audience, not ever shaking a hand or giving a hug or talking to any of these people face to face, but how you've come onto the scene and used what you've learned, both here Legendary, of course, watching other people in our community, and of course on TikTok, you know, just being a learner and a modeler. What have you learned that has helped you to be so effective with growing audiences?
Well, I think when I first started getting into affiliate marketing, I think one of the first things that came present to me when I started having success was the people want to buy from a person, not from a company. So I was very much a company at the beginning when I started Cocktail Cards. I was rehashing old YouTube videos. I was just putting the product up there. And I think once I started having so much success with my personal account and taking what I've learned through Legendary and just doing affiliate marketing, just learning about relationships, I was like, what am I doing? I should try this with Cocktail Cards. You know, like, I don't need to be the big business. I don't need them to think that I'm just some corporation out there. So I started doing more personal stuff, and it almost immediately took off. Like, I went from 45 followers on my account to like 100,000 in less than a week. And it was all about sharing my story, which for a business I was scared to do. Honestly, I was scared to be like, do I want people to know my story? Do I want people to know how hard it is to build this business right now? Do I want people to know that, like, I need to crowdsource because I don't have money? Like, you know, like, I'm like, is this even a good idea to share with people? And then it just was like, dude, how many reminders do you need? Because it worked with affiliate marketing, and now it's worked with Cocktail Cards. And at this point, I'm like, dude, that's how you do business nowadays, you know? Like, and it's been also a lot more off my shoulders as well, because my audience now has this expectation and they know kind of what I'm going through, and the content, the followers are more supportive now than ever. It's wild. Like, they seek out buyers for me. They seek out, like, the Shark Tank guys to, like, comment on my videos. Like, they reach out to all these popular people and get them looking at my content. And, you know, it's wild because they now feel like they're on your team versus in your sales room. Right. Yeah. So it's like a total night and day.
They feel like they're on your team versus just being targeted leads you're just trying to sell something to, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So can you give us in a nutshell an example of how you used your story in the Cocktail Cards? Like, what was the story that you were afraid to say, so we could have a bit of context and so people could get maybe an example of how they could do the same thing?
Yeah. So, like I said, you know, a year ago, I couldn't even get a job as a bartender. Like, money was tight, and affiliate marketing was making me money. Like, it saved my butt. But man, when you're paying off credit cards and doing all that type of stuff, like, it's not like you're swimming in cash, even if I was getting commissions at the time. So I had very, very little money to put into this business. I was going to literally start as small as ordering 100, putting them on Amazon, sell those, order 200, like very small incremental steps. And I shared with people that I couldn't find bartending work. I didn't have money to invest in this business. So I basically got blank flashcards, started drawing on them. I created a Facebook group with people that like cocktails, mostly friends and family at first, and started designing them and putting them up with my little Sharpie drawn cards and getting feedback from people what would be cool to put on them. And then basically be like, hey, if I decide to make this a project, would you guys be willing to invest in like Kickstarter? And they were all like, heck yeah, we will. Let's do it. So went on Kickstarter. My goal was $1,500, right? To be able to hire a designer to at least make the cards look cool. And then I'll do more funding after that. That went really well because the YouTube channel was doing okay at that time. And so I got more than just friends and family in there. And it started to be spread a little bit more. I got five grand for it. So I got a designer and I could hire a manufacturer to make me a sample. And I'm just sharing the story. Like, I don't have more money to do anything else, but here we go. I got this product and I'm pretty pumped. And that's where that was the entire first story that I told.
Yeah.
And people were like, I want that. And I want it right freaking now. And went to Indiegogo, and in less than 24 hours, I raised an additional $22,000.
Congrats on that. So what really they wanted, if I was to put myself in their shoes, was, yeah, they wanted the cocktail cards, but really they wanted to support you on your kind of heroic journey, right? Your kind of journey from the bottom. Everybody loves a hero's story, and people love to support people who are just working hard and who they feel are just, we're not given something. We're not handed a silver spoon, but are just working their ass off, being real about it, being humble, telling the truth about where they're coming from and even where they're at right now. And that gives people a sense of feeling like they can make a difference, right? And I think that so many people, when they deal with companies, feel like, and they have jobs, feel like they don't matter, and what they say, what they contribute, their vote just doesn't matter, right? And so if you give a person an opportunity to feel like what they do, if they take an action, if they donate $1, if they vote, if you can make them feel like it really is going to matter and make an impact, then they feel excited to do it, versus if they feel like they're just one of millions who, and you're so big that you don't need their money, or they start to get skeptical, like you're not, like their contribution is not going to make a difference. I think that we underestimate that. And especially when we come into using our personal brands to sell any product or service, which, as you said, works so well in anything, not just in affiliate marketing, guys. So this is, we don't talk about the hero script and story selling and all that, because it's just something that works exclusively with affiliate marketing and selling courses or coaching. It works with everything. And you've just proven that. But I think people are really hesitant to reveal that kind of the first chapter of their story. They want to wait to talk about it until they're in that third or fourth or fifth chapter and things are looking a little bit better and they're a little bit more successful, right? And they can, but people are not going to be as supportive at that. They're going to buy from you for different reasons at that point. I think a lot of people really miss out on what you took the risk to do, which was capitalize on that first chapter. I'm at the bottom, and your contribution and your support or your like or your comment, even if you don't have $1, your comment helps me. And I think we all miss out on that. And so many people miss out on that because we're afraid to not be the successful, perfect person. And we want to wait to tell the story until we're in that fourth or fifth chapter. And you took that leap of faith and it paid off big time. Am I right?
Yeah. And that's something I learned, probably had to correct myself from getting into affiliate marketing in the beginning, right? We all have that imposter syndrome. And it's like, who am I to talk about especially, something like Legendary. Like, who am I to tell people how to make money online when I'm still learning, when I'm still trying to figure all this stuff out? And it was probably once I got on TikTok where I finally realized it's not telling people how to make money. It's sharing what I'm learning. It's sharing my journey and bringing it out to them. It's like, hey, I'm trying affiliate marketing for the first time. And guess what? I made 87 cents. And you guys don't know how pumped I am to make 87 cents. Like, I put a video out there. They went to Amazon, they bought something. I got paid 87 cents for that. Like, that's crazy. Imagine what I could do if I knew what the hell I was even doing. Like, so that's when things took off for the personal business and all that was. And this is what I try and tell people who come to me for help is like, don't try to pretend like you're anyone you're not. Like, embrace where you are, because it's the most valuable thing you have is rising from the ashes, right? Like, people love that because it's more relatable. And if anyone else, especially in like the affiliate marketing niche, that's the only thing they want is something that's relatable. It's like, Dave, can you teach me something that I can do? Because I have no clue what I'm doing. And if you're driving Lambos and depositing $100,000 checks, that is not relatable at all, right? So maybe for some people that's relatable, because there are people out there that want to jump up to that next level. But I agree with you 100%. It's one of the most valuable points of any business. And I think doing it for a second time with cocktail cards was like so much validation for me and the strategies that we're learning. And it's like, okay, I'm 2 for 2 here. Like, maybe there's something to these type of strategies in this digital marketing thing, because like, how many times do I have to do this before I prove it to myself and others? And I'm not like out here claiming to make $1 million or anything. It's like, dude, I've been able to replace my 9 to 5. How awesome is that? Like, I don't have to go work till 2 a.m. every night now. I get to set my own hours. I get to be excited to wake up on Mondays for the first time, probably in my entire life. Like, it's crazy.
And it is awesome. I think we also just underestimate the power and the attractiveness of just if you're doing something and you're just excited about it. I mean, just put the money aside. Just if we were all just to pretend that money didn't exist and none of us were doing any of this stuff for money, and just the payoff was just that you got to love what you were doing and actually be excited about life and feel like you had more of a purpose and you were making more of an impact and you were filling your spirit more. I think we underestimate just the attractiveness of just that message for people, because again, the money, most people, if you say you're making a bunch of money, they're skeptical and don't believe you anyways. So, it's like, I think that just sharing and being excited and energy, like, I think we underestimate just how attractive and magnetic it is just to come across somebody who's just really excited about what they do. I mean, sometimes that's the most. I've had people who are not even interested in marketing, dude, at all, come into courses that I've had, events that I've put on, just because they want to be in the environment of positive people who are super excited about like life and honest about life, but really problem solving and trying to come up and just having a positive attitude and trying to grow personally. I think we underestimate that. Most people are surrounded by people in their life who are absolutely just doing the bare minimum and are pessimistic about most things and skeptical about most things. And when somebody comes across somebody like yourself, who's positive, who's honest, who's striving to make something out of themselves and rise up from the ashes, it really is just attractive and it's magnetic, and people just want to follow you, even if they're not interested specifically in the topic. It's so exciting to see somebody be on that journey and get that energy. And I think a lot of us just miss out on that because we put too much emphasis on materialistic things.
Yeah. And it's kind of funny when you were mentioning all that. It's like, I remember, I've worked a million jobs. I I've only maybe slightly enjoyed bartending. It's like the only job I've ever enjoyed waking up to go do. And I used to think, why are some people so obsessed with their jobs? Why do they wake up and they're just like, they want to go do what they're doing? Like, it never even clicked to me once why anyone would be pumped to go to work. And then to be where we're at now, like you said, you learn the skills you can apply and do things you're passionate about, things you love to do. And it's like, I keep waking up earlier and earlier and earlier, not out of fear, not out of like panic, but out of excitement. Like, I want to go check on the business. I want to go see what I can do today. I want to go think of new content I can put up today. Like, it's finally fun to wake up and go do work. And the best part about all of it as well is the second I'm done, like the second I'm like, I need a break, I can just go take a break. Like, whenever I want, for as long as I want. I can go golf. I can go to Mexico for the weekend. I can do whatever I want, right? And the business is still going to churn as long as I come back to it. Yeah. And it's like my mental health, like you said, money is one thing. And I don't even really, like, the money's not even, hasn't even been that much of a reward for, I mean, it's nice not stressing over bills, but it's got to be more the mental health of everything. Waking up and dreading getting out of bed versus waking up, can't wait to get out of bed, it changes you mentally. It's a whole 180 of your life. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's huge, man. It's huge. I think a lot of us just kind of don't even realize how stressful some of the things that we do, whether it be the jobs that we have or the people that we're around or the things that we're consuming, how stressful and how much of a toll that takes on our mental health and just kind of deteriorates us. It's not, it's that stuff is important. And I put just as much of an emphasis on that here within our internal team at Legendary and try to talk about that. I'm glad you mentioned that. So if somebody was on a checkout page to go through the challenge and get involved in our community and was skeptical or at the bottom and feeling like, hey, I don't know if I can make this happen, what would you say to that person?
If they're on the edge and they're not quite sure, I always leave an open invite for anyone to contact me. So that's kind of how I really started in this whole thing. Was you go to my profile, it says go check out the challenge or chat with me one-on-one, and I answer all messages, 100% of them. And chat with them and figure out if it is right for them. Like, I'm not going to force someone to do something they don't want to do. Like, I just think that's going to be counterproductive. Maybe we can figure something out. But if they're looking for a way to acquire new skills and new abilities to market and be universal, I mean, it could literally, learning affiliate marketing now has given me, like, I have companies, like big companies, reaching out to me to join their marketing teams. Like, you can even get a good job if that's your goal. Like, yeah. You're learning a skill set that's so coveted that if you can go through for $7 and invest a few months of your time, you can go in any direction you want. And I think $7 is a low risk, especially like I mean, the cost of running a business, especially a physical products business, I'm like $7. That's like flipping a penny in the air, but $7, low risk, learn a skill. And I think what's even more important is going out there and starting a TikTok or a YouTube or a Facebook group. Learn marketing, learn how to put your emotion in your story and explain products to people where your grandma could understand, right? Like, these are all skills that you can apply anywhere in your life, whether it's relationships, whether it's going to get a better job, starting your own business. There's a lot to gain, very, very little to risk. And that's one thing I do love about affiliate marketing in particular over all other businesses is, if I go all out and I buy high-end software and I do all that stuff, my monthly expenses are $150 a month. Like, that is stupid. Like, that is so low risk. Like, I can go mow lawns one day a month and pay for that. Like, That's not a high risk thing. And but the thing that you can gain from it is it's incredible. It's incredible. So I think when you weigh the pros and cons, it's like, what do you want to accomplish? And is it worth that little risk? You know? And if time is valuable, if you have a newborn child, for instance, if you have all these things, it's like time is so valuable, then okay, come back to me in a couple months when we have a little bit more time. And then let's take that risk a little bit, because you're not, you got another mouth to feed. It's worth taking that risk where you could bring an additional source of revenue, you know? So,
well, but you're talking a year later. I mean, there was a time to where your back was against the wall, and you now you got a little bit more breathing room. But if you go back, what I think is really cool is if you want it, if you gotta do it, and you're willing to apply and learn and figure things out, not just expect that they're going to be, if you buy a training course, go through it, right? Go through it. If you get into our blueprints, go through it. Show up. If you got questions, you're confused, show up to our Thursday blueprint coaching calls, ask questions, ask clear questions, right? Ask clear questions. The quality of your questions is going to be dependent upon the quality of your answers. Not everybody's going to understand everything right away. Some people go to college for 4 and 6 years to get jobs. This is a training program. If you bought everything that we had, went through our blueprints, everything, you could learn everything in 30 days, you know? Don't expect to be an expert after 30 days. Expect you're going to apply that information and then continue to have questions and learn. But if you're willing to do that, then you can achieve a lot in a little bit of time. And that's not a guarantee of income. That's not a guarantee that your journey is going to look like AJ's. I just find it really inspiring, and really, I find it really excuse and limits it, just annihilating when I see a story like yours of somebody whose back was against the wall. And you literally, remember pandemic, bro, no jobs. Remember that? I mean, now life's a little bit different for you, but remember that? And you had your back against the wall, dude. And you went to work and you made it happen, man. And that's what's possible. And that's the takeaway for me. All these other things, cool shit you're doing now is awesome. And I'm so stoked for you that you're able to use these transferable skills, as you were just mentioning, to get into cocktail cards and teaching and training and adding value. But man, your back was against the wall and you made it happen. And you did it relatively quickly compared to other paths out there, other schooling and so forth. And that, man, is something that is really, really inspirational, AJ, man. And I hope that you're able to take a moment to smell the roses amongst all your chaos and success nowadays, to just really remember and give yourself a pat on the back of how awesome of a job you've done to get to where you're at, man.
Yeah, it's amazing when your back's against the wall, what you're capable of doing, how clear your mind can get on a goal, because there's no other path. There's no, I'll do this later. There's no, I don't feel like it. There's no excuses. It's only forward. So it's amazing. And a lot of what we do, a lot of building wealth, a lot of building a business, a lot of learning a skill, a lot of what we do, it's just creating habits over anything else. It's, I'm going to do this before I go have dinner. I'm going to finish. I'm going to commit to 3 TikToks a day. I'm going, right. It's all forming habits. And that is something you have to do when your back is against the wall. There is no cheating. There's no shortcuts. And you go through it and then you realize, holy crap, this has been waiting for me the whole time. Like, what have I been doing? You know?
Well, brother, keep up the fantastic work, man. And And if there's anything I can do to help you out, please let me know. And I hope you'll come back. Maybe we can get you to come back for a third time in a few months and just give us another update on how things are going.
Sounds great. Love to be back.
All right, AJ. Take care, my brother. Keep up the good work. Stay legendary, my brother. And I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, guys.
All right. All right, guys. You guys can follow him, as I've put it up here a couple of times, at Cocktail Cards on TikTok, as well as AJ.Rantz. He's a really, really cool dude. Fun content, awesome human being, and somebody who has, I think, really kind of is quite an inspiration about what's possible of not an overnight success, but as you heard in his story, he's an overnight success that's been in the making for a few years. But how quickly things can change, how quickly your life can change, how quickly your mental health can change. I loved that. It's not always about money. Money's great. Money does equal happiness in some respects if you can gain some more mental health, right, from it, less stress, not having to go to an environment that you hate, right? So go follow AJ, and I'm thrilled about the conversation and love to hear about his journey. And you guys make sure you never miss an episode, because every single day of the week we're here. You can text WUL to 813-296-8553, and we'll send you a little text reminder in the morning. Get the hell out of here. Go do something with your day. Have a fantastic day. And we'll see you back here tomorrow. Peace.